YouTube, we're back with another one. This one is the worst purchases made by athletes. Have you ever experienced an impulse buy? It's when you're out shopping and you see something you really don't need, but you feel compelled to buy it, so you do. Well, these next few athletes definitely knows how it feels, except their impulse buys cost them a lot more, and in some cases, everything they have. It's no wonder that 78% of the NFL players and 60% of the NBA players file for bankruptcy within the 5 first years of retirement. These are the biggest purchases mistakes ever made by an athlete. And if you like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Okay, let's get into it. Now we have Latrell Sprewell. Latrell was offered a 3-year, $21 million contract extension from the Minnesota Timberwolves. Sprewell was offended by the low ball offer and family said, "I have a family to feed." He declined and the Wolves countered with another offer, $0. After retirement, Sprewell decided to purchase a $1.5 million yacht he called Milwaukee's Best. He was only able to pay $200,000 of it until he started missing payments. One day while he was driving the yacht, he accidentally landed it on the shores of Atwater Beach, Wisconsin, and refused to pay for it to be towed back to the water. The yacht was repossessed, and that same year his home was full. Next up, we have Yannis Sexspeed. In 2016, Yannis Sexspeed took impulse buying to a whole new level. At the St. Lucie County Fair in Florida, he decided to shell out $7,000 for a 270-pound Grand Champion pig. He had the intentions of taking the pig home and raising it as a pet. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out the way he planned. The Mets issued a statement that there is a state law that says any pig bought at auction cannot be taken home as a pet and must be slaughtered. Literally, right after buying the pig, he had to send it to the butcher to get slaughtered. Even PETA got involved, condemning his actions after everything went public. Now we have Eddie Curry. Eddie Curry borrowed $575,000 from a loan company. That wasn't too bad. The crazy part is that he somehow agreed to take the loan with an 85% interest rate. That meant he agreed to pay $1.2 million for $575,000 he borrowed. He wasn't even close to paying back the money, and when they took him to court, he revealed something even more shocking. His reasoning behind not being able to pay them back was that his other bills and expenses was too high. The expenses cited included a cable television bill that totaled over $1,000 a month. Now we have Allen Iverson. During the divorce hearing, Iverson turned his empty pockets inside out and told his wife, "I don't even have money for a cheeseburger." He reportedly had a monthly expenses of over $360,000 and only made $17,000 a month. He had wild spending habits, but nothing could compare to his addiction to buying jewelry. One day, his checking account was overdrawn by over $23,000 because he had visited a jewelry store, a steakhouse, and a hotel. The total he spent for that day, $23,255.33. Meaning, he only had $255.36 in his house before going out. He was only sued by another juror because he owed $860,000 in unpaid diamond jewelry purchases. His wife was forced to sell her jewelry, which included an 8.47 carat diamond ring and a 5.27 carat diamond for far less than he paid, just to pay for rent and their kids' tuition. Now we have Darren McFadden. Darren McFadden retired from the NFL in 2017, but something tells us he might need another job sometime soon. And that something is a 1972 Buick Centron that he owns. It is painted in a ridiculous purple and green and sits on an enormous 32-wheel with a custom 15-inch suspension lift. It looks like it comes straight out of a Batman comic book, something that the Joker would drive, or we could say a Joker would drive. Alright, now we have Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield is probably the most famous for having his ear bitten off by Mike Tyson. But what you probably didn't know is that for that fight, he made a whopping $33 million. For his career, he earned over $230 million. Evander's worst purchase was a 109-room mansion that cost him $20 million. Putting aside the ridiculousness of needing 109 rooms, the cost that comes with that taking to the mansion really hit him hard. The taxes alone was $155,000 a year. Then you need to add the extraordinary cost to heat a 54,000 square feet mansion, landscaping, electricity, and then on top of that, Added to the cost and support everyone living at the mansion, including child support for 11 kids, and you have a recipe for disaster. The bank foreclosed on the mansion after Holyfield couldn't keep up with the payments, and he eventually filed for bankruptcy. Now we have Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas spent well over $1 million on just his swimming pool. He was once a rising star in the NBA, but after being plagued with injuries, his career abruptly halted. That didn't stop him from spending over $1 million constructing one of the largest residential pools in the U.S. The first thing you'll notice when looking at the pool is the giant mountain-like structure that has a full functional waterfall going into the pool. This was made entirely of imported stone and cost upwards of $500,000. Then he decided to attach an underwater entertainment complex to the pool that includes a bar, TV, 3 giant fish tanks. This cost him another $500,000, not including the expensive fish and the sharks he purchased and then took care of in the fish tanks. Okay, now Deuce McAllister. Deuce won the Super Bowl with the New Orleans Saints, and during his 8 years in the NFL, he earned over $70 million. After 3 years of retirement, he filed for bankruptcy. One of the worst investments he made was when he was almost broke. He decided to invest in a Nissan dealership in Jackson, Mississippi. The dealership fell miserably and reportedly cost McAllister $1.5 million after owing Nissan Motors close to $7 million. Now, Torrey Hunter. Torrey Hunter was pitching what he thought was the next big invention to hit the market, furniture rafts. The idea was that in a flood, a homeowner would be able to save themselves by inflating a raft underneath the furniture and then floating their way to safety. Hunter immediately invested $70,000 in the idea. The man who pitched the idea took his money and never delivered anything. In fact, he came back asking Hunter for another $500,000 more, which is when Hunter finally made the right decision to cut his losses and move on with his life. Now, Vince Young. Vince Young has had one of the most disappointing careers in the NFL. Once a star prospect on the Texas Longhorns, his NFL quarterback career has been a huge letdown, but he was able to secure a $26 million paycheck from his rookie contract with the Tennessee Titans. Like most young, naive athletes, Vince blew through his millions without hesitation. It was reported that in 2007, when he needed to get from Houston to Nashville, he wanted to have as much privacy as possible. So he did what every 24-year-old millionaire would do. He bought out 120 tickets on the Southwest Airlines flight. Calculations are that he paid upwards to $22,000 for a 2-hour flight, and now he's bankrupt. Marquise Daniels. You probably never heard of Marquise Daniels. This is probably because he is a career benchwarmer and has played for 4 different teams in his 9-year NBA career. He was making less than $1 million a year playing in the NBA, but that did not stop him from purchasing that necklace. He commissioned a jeweler to use a 3D laser technology to design a necklace that resembled his head. The price was made entirely of 14-karat gold and diamonds, and even the hair was made of black diamond chains. The price of the necklace is unknown, but for the 1,300 grams of gold and diamonds, plus the cost of labor and price markups, puts the estimated cost at around $100,000. And just so you know, 1,300 grams is just under 3 pounds.